Whether you've been joining us in person for worship, whether you've been online with us these past 9 months, or you're just reconnecting again, know that I'm glad that you're still with us. Know that I miss you. I miss seeing you. I miss seeing your smile along with everybody else's smiles right now. I mean, there's an awful lot of things that we're all missing so much right now. And I know many of you, like me, are saying, I'm so ready to be done with COVID. As we head into the holidays right now, it's really tempting to be down because life is just so different right now. But Christmas is the cure that we need. Christmas is what we all need right now. Yes, the decorations and the traditions and the songs, but especially Jesus. The message of Christmas, it's not just giving. It's not just warm and fuzzy, but the message of Christmas is that our God is with us, that our God comes to us no matter where we are, no matter how much things are not going according to our plans, no matter how much we feel like things are out of our control. God comes to us. And so this Advent and Christmas season, these are seasons of hope. So I invite you to look for the signs that God is working. Even in the midst of all the grumpiness and the selfishness that we've seen these months, we've also seen a lot of good come out of people. The best, in fact, coming out of people. People showing love and concern for one another. People showing what it means to be a good neighbor, just the way that Good Samaritan did in the Bible. We've learned all kinds of new ways to connect with one another and stay in touch and still see each other and bond with each other. And we've even rediscovered some old ways that we kind of forgot and left by the wayside. We've witnessed doctors and healthcare professionals and nurses and scientists working for the sake of their neighbors out of love and care and sacrificing themselves. We've seen teachers doing whatever it takes to help their students learn, even putting their own lives at risk. We've seen so many people be so creative during this time. It's hard not to see God working. Throughout all this, I know many of us, we've had opportunity to see what's really important in our lives. What do we really need to focus on when we can't do everything that we might think that we want to do? And even as talk of vaccines is growing, we all know we're not there yet. Those vaccines aren't here yet, but it's worth noting that twice as much time has passed in this pandemic than is remaining until they say those vaccines will be widely available for all of us. There's hope. And this won't be forever. We're going to get through this. God's people have been through a lot of tough times, and God has always brought them through. This is a message that Noah learned when the earth flooded. This is a message that Abraham had to learn. It's a message that Moses learned. It's a message that Job came to know, that God would carry him through, that it won't last forever. King David, as he was writing the Psalms, he began to understand these things and was working through these things in his prayers, and he shared them with us. The prophets in exile, they heard it straight from God. There are all those people in the Gospels that Jesus touched and healed and ate with, that learned that God was with them too. And we are learning this message of hope ourselves right now too. There will be a time when we can gather again with our church family, with our extended families, with our friends and our neighbors and our coworkers and with our classmates. There's a time when we're going to be able to see smiles on people's faces again and be able to hug them. There will be a time when we can stop weighing the risk of exposure versus the benefit of getting together with people. There's going to be a time when we don't have to be so anxious about what's going on for our neighbor that we cannot see. There's going to be a time when there's less people setting boundaries and saying no. When people are going to be saying yes and opening themselves up. So this Advent and Christmas seasons, I invite you, no, I dare you to have hope. I dare you to not give in to despair, to bitterness, to dwelling on all those things that you're missing or taking out your frustrations on others. But I dare you to look for signs that God is carrying us. That God is working through us creatively and wonderfully. That God is with us. And I dare you to be a sign of hope yourself. Whether I have the opportunity to talk to you personally in the weeks and the months ahead, please know that I am praying for each and every one of you by name. May God's peace be with you, and may God fill you with hope, and may God not disappoint.